All right, so here we go. So the PTS for Update 12 has officially closed, but that doesn't mean the Space Marine 2 news just stops. In fact, we have some new replies from the community team on behalf of the devs, giving us some new info and also what not to expect in the future. And yes, we have both good and bad news and a bit of a warning about Update 12. If you're expecting to just hop into Update 12 and play as the Techmarine, well, I have some news for you there, and also a response from the game director himself about this issue. Plus, what's this about a supposed nerf to a highly used weapon? Well, it looks like all is not what it seems here as the community debates exactly what is going on. Also, yes, I'm doing a very big $70 game giveaway, so for a chance to win a game of your choice valued at $70, see that top pinned comment. Good luck to everyone who enters. Alright, so yes, we have some official replies about what is going on with Space Marine 2 today. As we already know, Update 12 is going to be dropping at the end of this month, but there's still some lingering questions about it, like this one right here from the official Space Marine 2 Discord from Steven, who says this, but let's just make this easier. Are the sentry turrets supposed to be in siege mode? And if they are not coming to siege, why not? Well, our community team was present out on Discord as always, responding, saying the following: there's not supposed to be in siege. They will be added as part of a purchasable item in the shop later, which is going to be really, really cool. And I think it would be a really fun reason to try siege mode again, although I really do still think if they announce a Tyranid only siege mode with the addition of using the sentry turrets like this, more of you guys would give it a go. But yeah, I can only hope, and I really do think that that would kind of give like a little bit of a second wind to siege mode. Next up, we have some questions about the Space Wolves, because it appears things have changed with their lore, but will Space Marine 2 adopt those changes? Check it out right here. So it says, I don't know if this is ping worthy, but the lore for Space Wolves has changed. Some of the great companies' lore has changed. And I was just curious if the change was going to be reflected in the game. The Rune Marked, formerly Fire Howlers, and the Dusk Wolves, previously Iron Wolves, have changed. It's pretty nitpicky, being a cosmetic only change, but I was curious. Now, the community team did reply to this, and they gave a simple no. So it looks like this change is not going to be reflected in Space Marine 2. Are you guys bummed about this? Or are you like, well, that is super nitpicky? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, there's a new event underway, of course, but there's also been some confusion on how to actually complete this event. So to first recap, here's the event details if you missed it. So this is considered the February community event. It's a currency reward here. So it says this: complete 5 operations with a Porphyr Shield weapon skin to earn 100 accolades. Complete 1 operation to earn 150 requisition points. Now, we got some replies here and a Reddit thread explaining exactly what you need to do to complete this event correctly and in a timely manner. So check it out right here. In case anyone is lost on how to do the new event, play 5 operations on any difficulty while using any of these skins to earn 100 accolades. If you own the Porphyr Shield weapon skin for the Power Fist, then it should work with that too. Now, he does say this: I got mine by playing Assault and using the Chain Sword skin. So if you want to play it safe, use that one maybe. So that seems to be like kind of the safe go-to option right there. Also, a really important note here: some replies are indicating this right here, that they're using the Axe skin and also got paid. And the OP even chimed in saying, I would imagine that that would work since it is a Porphyr skin. I forgot to mention that one, my bad. Now, some players aren't seeing the event reward, by the way, being paid up to them straight out. So what is going on here? Well, we have this explanation right here. Do the blue Doritos just pop up on your account after 5 operations? I love that everyone is calling it the blue Doritos all of a sudden. And the original poster did say this: I didn't get mine until I went back to the main menu and saw the message pop up telling me I got my 100 blue Cool Ranch Doritos. Try that if you don't see them registered immediately. So the more you know. But yeah, what's going on exactly with Update 12, and what's this about a warning before heading into the actual update itself? Now remember, the update is supposed to drop at the end of this month, by the way. We don't have the exact absolute date, but when that actually is released, I'll let you guys know that release date. Now, We all know that Techmarine will be fully playable, but there is a big limitation here. If you are expecting to just hop online with other randoms and play the Techmarine right out of the gates, it's very likely you'll run into other players doing the same, meaning most players will have to sacrifice playing as the Techmarine at least at first, given the fact that Space Marine 2 does not allow duplicate classes, as many of you know. The other option is of course, to head offline, or you know what, play with bots and you'll be good to go, of course, which is what most of you will probably have to do at first. Let me know if this bothers you or not. When the Space Marine 2 director was actually asked about this on Well Played, is there any concern that everyone is wanting to be a Techmarine on day one? That was the question. The response was, I'm sure that will be the case, and there will be some squabbling, but yeah, I guess it'll even itself out. So I suppose in time and with some patience from the community, as players want to perhaps mess around with buffs or new changes with the other classes, more opportunities will arise to play as the Techmarine without the issue of duplicate classes. We'll see how this one plays out. I'm kind of curious to see what happens here, but I do expect some Reddit threads complaining about the duplicate class issue with Space Marine 2 big time, but honestly, I really hope that Saber has a bigger plan for like Space Marine 3 to totally avoid this duplicate class issue in the future. I swear if this is a thing in Space Marine 3, I'm going to be totally bummed. Now, another big discussion within the community is the lack of key binding, by the way, when it comes to gun strikes. Check out the discussion right here. Can we get the option to rebind gun strikes? And it says this, kind of getting sick of this happening, especially with the heroic power fists. If having the option to rebind it is too much of a hassle, let us put on interact instead of shoot. And a lot of people feel the same way. And it seems like players aren't exactly thrilled by many of the default control setups for Space Marine 2, by the way. Check it out. I swear no one has ever played a video game that was in the room when the buttons were mapped. The first thing I did when I looked at the default control scheme for PC was spend 20 minutes rebinding everything while wondering what the F were they thinking out loud, like who the F binds ADS to the middle mouse button will. So yeah, that's also a really great point right there. But it seems like the gun strike issue is also associated with ADS and a potential bug here. So let's get into it. It says, at the very least, it would be nice if it doesn't go off while you're aiming, if giving its own button is too much. And some players are saying that ADSing and gun striking isn't exactly an issue for them. Check it out right here. That's weird. When I ADS, my character doesn't perform gun strikes. I can only gun strike if I don't ADS. So whenever I want to shoot someone specific, all I have to do is ADS and then I can shoot without gun striking. And you know, some people are agreeing with that one. Let me know if you guys are experiencing this weirdness with gun striking and ADS. But overall, it seems like this is some sort of weird, perhaps like legacy bug that has yet to be fixed. As pointed out right here, them proccing while ADSing is a bug. It just needs to be fixed, or they need to make it so you can perform other actions while gun striking like the Techmarine. I was begging for iframes during them on launch. And I've heard the discussion of iframes, and I remember the dev team said that is not in the plans at all, of course. But let me know if you guys want to see like iframes perhaps in the future of this franchise, maybe even in Space Marine 3. Now, the discussion is definitely a needed one about key binding and controls overall, by the way, especially before the devs head into the full-blown development of the next game. So my question for you all is, what is the one thing you would like to see addressed when it comes to the controls or the control scheme? This is definitely the opportunity to sound off and give your opinions here. And there's a new discussion that calls out a potential nerf to the heroic bolt sniper. Well, stick with me because it isn't all as it seems here. So here is the actual thread. Brothers, did you notice the nerf on heroic bolt sniper? And I'm like, what is going on here? So, okay, so I recently noticed that either the HBR got nerfed or Tyranid Warrior's Whip got HP buffed. A few weeks ago on Absolute, you needed only one headshot to get any Majoris into incapacitate. Now, all other Tyranids didn't test Chaos. Majoris, aka range ones, still get into incapacitate after one shot, but Warriors and Whip need 2 headshots to get into incapacitate range, meaning you need 3 shots to kill them instead of 2. I don't know why Saber did this, but they should either revert health buff or damage on HBR, so heroic can stay true to its previous use. Big question is, are you guys noticing issues with, of course, the heroic bolt sniper? Let me know in the comments down below. But one player did confirm, at least in their experience, things are all systems normal here, that it appears there is no nerf. It's always taken 2 for me, he says. The only time it's been 1 for me when I was playing on a low difficulty stealth cloak HS or positive damage modifiers for a stratagem. So it goes to show how stratagems can sometimes maybe confuse players into thinking there have been nerfs, or maybe in some cases buffs here, and it changes the way the game feels. However, the entire point of this discussion brought up some very important points from past changes that players want actually reverted. So check it out right here. They nerfed it before full release. The PTS version was actually awesome, guaranteed giblets. After patch, it took a couple of shits, which really took the shine off it for me. Another reply, deactivating the sniper prestige perk on it was the worst change. So yeah, what do you guys think overall? Do you think this should be reverted back, or are you fine with how it feels right now? Let me know. All right, so yeah, now it's time to go over your top comments. So let's find out what you guys had to say for my most recent video. And I love reading through your comments. So yeah, be sure to leave one down below. And I don't just always highlight the best or top comments either. I kind of like dig around for some unknown comments here. Now, remember, I'm also still doing a $70 game giveaway. So for a chance to win a game of your choice, valued at 70 bucks, see that top pin comment down below. But let's see what you guys had to say, starting out right here. So we have Knox Vandenberg, who says, heavy bolt rifle with grenade launcher is going to be sick. Oh, hell yes. You know, I cannot wait to try it out. I have to say, it would be cool if there was also more like destructible environments where you can knock down towers or like support beams and cause bridges or whatever to collapse on a swarm of Tyranids, but you need like something like a heavy bolt rifle with a grenade launcher to do that. That would be really, really badass, and I think could add a lot to the game. Now, we have this one right here. I just installed this game this morning, and I can't wait to get home and start the campaign. Once that's done, I'm looking forward to building my Black Templar for multiplayer. Yeah, welcome to Space Marine 2, brother. The campaign, by the way, is an absolute must-play. Do not skip it. It's one of the best parts of Space Marine 2, and I actually want to play through it again. Now, we also have so many great changes looking at the patch notes, but adding a second heroic knife before heroic power axe is a huge loss. Like, what the F? Yeah, I know it would be cool if we got that heroic power axe soon, but it seems like, I guess they might want us to try out the knife maybe a little bit more than we're trying it. We'll see how it pans out and how we like it. But yeah, let me know if you guys are at least excited with trying the heroic knife, this new version of it. We'll see. Anyways, there it is. The latest happenings around Space Marine 2. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.